Hey, it's Styles from Brand Content Studios. Here's your content marketing quickie for the week of December 17th, 2019. I wish you good things during a time when you celebrate whatever you celebrate that doesn't offend you. If you do B2B marketing, like at all, you're working that email channel. Good for you, because it's a really effective one, and prospects seem to prefer getting communication from you that way. Sure, it might be because it makes it easy to filter you out, but they like what they like. Carolyn Nye is a lady that makes a habit of watching trends in email marketing. It's not a problem or anything. She can control it, but it is a habit. She says email has become a lovely little cocktail of all three kinds of media: paid, owned, and earned. It's owned because you control what's in the email and who gets it. It's paid because you're probably using some kind of email marketing platform, and getting subscribers does cost something. And you're getting other subscribers just because you earned it with your content. Those are the best kind to have. Carolyn says ISPs know the power of email. That's why they want to sell and stick ads in yours. She's also watching that California Consumer Privacy Act that kicks in January 1st. It'll be marketing's New Year's baby. It doesn't pick on email specifically, but it's loaded with to-dos and must-dos where data transparency and privacy are concerned, and that includes email lists. On the other side of the coin, the Can-Spam Act of 2003 says you don't need an explicit opt-in to send marketing emails, even though many of your recipients probably wish you did. But if you're an international operator, other countries, did you know there are countries other than the United States? They have different approaches to that rule, so you might want to get ready for mandatory opt-in. What trend article would be complete without talking about AI? Here's how they think AI will mostly be used in email: to get more clicks by figuring out the best combo of text, images, and offers; to get more opens by rapidly adjusting subject lines; and figuring out the best time to send. Now, we've heard younger people aren't using email so much. I seriously doubt that. Opt-in Monster found 91% of people 15 to 24 use email. But let's say it's true. Carolyn says don't expect email to die anytime soon, because it's almost as necessary as a social security number. You need a valid email address for any number of digital activities, or you don't get to be a citizen. You know Bert as Ernie's pal on Sesame Street, and frankly, what relationship they have with each other is none of my business. But you should also get to know another Bert. That's what the relatively new Google search algorithm is called, and your attention-getting life is in its hands. That's right, as soon as you think you've mastered SEO and can game the search system and sell some books about slam dunk SEO strategy, Google shakes up the snow globe and changes stuff. Well, I've got some really good news for you. This latest change, BERT, doesn't really call for drastic changes in what you're probably already doing. Liam Carnahan reports for CMI, it's just designed to help Google better figure out just what the hell it is people are asking. That involves natural language processing, or NLP. We all ask things in different ways. Some of us can barely communicate at all, and Google has to figure out what it is we want. The best thing you can do to hopefully win the content beauty contest when someone asks a question you can answer is use natural-sounding copy. You might want to get an empathetic human writer rather than a corporate jargon machine, because they'll be able to figure out how people ask questions and match that with your copy. Bert is also allegedly better at context. Boolean is so yesterday, and instead of treating a string of words like a math equation, it looks at the entirety of the phrasing and makes a best guess. For instance, it apparently used to have a lot of problems with prepositions, had no clue what to do with them. But words mean things and can change meaning, so they're taken into consideration now. You might be saying, Stiles, you're such a liar. I've noticed no improvement in my search queries, and Google just doesn't understand me. In fact, nobody understands me. First, sorry to hear that. And second, Bert's in a limited rollout right now, only in US English, and it only affects about 1 in 10 searches. Now I get to report something that sucks and goes directly against my self-interest. Yippee! Despite the growing list of problems with doing so, it appears more and more companies are trying to take as much content and creative in-house as possible. This means content created in an echo chamber that can't be objective or critical, a commitment to marketing copy versus journalism and entertainment, pleasing internal stakeholders instead of the real audience, and attracting the kind of artists who are willing to pollute the world with a daily commute and sit chained to a desk for a designated 8 hours. Canto surveyed marketing decision makers, and while the importance and volume of content and the share of budget going to it is going up, a larger percentage of companies are looking at that and saying, yep, we can handle all that ourselves. And why not, given our extensive experience in creating media that's attracted, held, grown, and won the love of audiences? 32% currently create more content in-house than a year ago, and next year, 36% of marketing teams plan to create more content in-house. Only 18% will increase outsourcing. As you might think, the bigger the company, the more the internal trend is being attempted. Take a look at what they're going to invest in to improve ROI. Research, that's good. Technology, not always the answer, but okay. Repurposing existing content, that's nice if they have it. Better measurement, makes sense. Oh, look at the next one. 29% plan on increasing ROI by cutting their spending on agencies. Fact is, from an organizational and strategy perspective, many orgs aren't even close to ready to take content creative in-house. For instance, the survey asked, what are the barriers to repurposing content? 71% said they don't even know what content they have. 80% say they think they have some content, they just can't find it. Mike Paxton at Canto says, to maximize the value of content, it needs to be stored, shared, and deliverable in a user-friendly way. I say that's table stakes before you start thinking about trying to become a media production company. Lastly, and quickly, remember last week's episode of the Quickie, in which you learned that despite how breathlessly everyone's yapping about personalization, Gartner predicts investments in it will drop like a rock over the next 5 years because of no ROI and data privacy rules and issues? Of course you do, because you're a faithful weekly listener, right? That's why you're so smart. Well, the Association of National Advertising just came out with their marketing word of the year for 2019, and it is, you guessed it, personalization. Look, if you can't laugh at how silly our industry is, you're not going to be able to enjoy life as much. Yes, personalization beat out other nominees like equality and inclusion, data, and in-house, which I just regrettably talked about. In hindsight, how accurate are the ANA's words of the year? Last year's was brand purpose. In 2017, it was AI. And the winner in 2016 was Transparency. Do you think we're using AI to communicate our clear and authentic brand purposes? I don't. Maybe they should change the name of this honor to Word Marketers Will Talk Most About But Never Actually Do 2019. That's the Content Marketing Quickie for this week. I think the marketing word of the year should be subscribe, because that's what I'm asking you to do. Promoting things to jaded marketers is hard, so cut me a break. Back next week.